Hi, my name is David, and I'm from Hong Kong. Lived in Thailand for a little bit, and now I study at the University of Surrey, majoring in law and minoring in criminology. And yeah, today I've been asked to share a little bit about how I became a Christian and I guess how that's changed me and my life ever since. And so I always grew up in a Christian family, and both my parents were very involved in missions, and hence why we went to Thailand, so that my parents could do their missions there. And I think as a kid, I never understood what that meant. It was just a lot of transitioning for me. Um, and Christianity, starting from that point in Hong Kong and in Thailand during those times, it was just going to church, um, you know, getting perfect attendance in Sunday school, knowing all the Bible stories from heart. But it just felt really empty, like in a sense that there wasn't that understanding of Christianity being a relationship that we have with our Father. Um, and I guess that kind of bored me out a little bit, like that kind of turned me away from faith for a little while. Um, it wasn't until I went to my school, my high school here, which was a Christian international school, where in one of the camps, during one of the worship times, um, it was just a song about how we are God's children and how He's our loving Father. And that kind of opened my eyes and kind of the first glimpse of what Christianity is like when we have a relationship with our Father, to know how much that He loves us. And I guess starting from that point on, I kind of dived um, into what it meant to be a Christian. And through that, I kind of became a Christian. I did get baptized. I got baptized 2 summers ago. But I guess after that moment, it was more about, it's just so much more powerful to know that the God who is in control of everything, the one that's the most powerful on earth, is by your side, is rooting for you, is loving you. And I guess that's kind of what opened my eyes to see that it's just not about a religion. You have to do things for the sake of doing it, um, but kind of building that relationship with God. I think through that, I've definitely seen how God's been so faithful in providing me with a church, with a family, with a great group of community and friends back in uni and also in Hong Kong as well. Um, yeah, it's just being a Christian, and after finding, I guess, realizing this hope, um, it's just made me a lot more cheerful person and kind of like with a purpose, each day, and also kind of motivate me to get more involved in worship as well, since that's kind of what started it all in my faith journey. And I guess it's also very important that um, we serve God with the talents that He's given us. Um, I guess that's kind of like how I became a Christian, really, in really simple terms, in really quick terms. Um, but definitely, after being a Christian, it's been definitely there's challenges and hurdles and obstacles ahead. But to know that God's always there and that His plans for us are always for us to prosper and have a future. And I guess that's one of the verses that's really driven me through high school, especially coming to uni as well. I guess to know that God's always there and ever present, always rooting for you. That's sort of what encourages me the most, that changed me the most, I think, after being a Christian, after finding my hope in Him. Um, yeah, so that's kind of how I became a Christian, how it's changed me in very simple terms. And I hope that really encourages you um, in your walk of faith, wherever you are at, to know that there is such a loving God, that we are His sons and daughters, that we are not distant from Him, and that He's always listening. that's definitely given me hope a lot more in the past few years after becoming and committing my life to him.